You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Hello and welcome to this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Thanks for joining us on Ace Country Radio. And we're also streaming at KPVM.TV. We're also on your Roku devices. It is Tuesday, April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. And in our top story, Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford files a lawsuit against President Trump regarding his recent executive order to dismantle the Department of Education. Ford, along with 20 other state attorneys general, reports that this executive order is unconstitutional. News 25 reporter Rory Rosell is here to discuss how this order can affect our local schools.
Just 1 week after President Donald Trump signed an executive order to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education, a coalition of state attorney generals have taken legal action to prevent the order from taking effect. Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford, along with 20 other attorney generals, have filed a lawsuit to block the executive order, which proposes the potential cut in half of the department's workforce. This legal challenge also targets Trump's broader plan to completely abolish the department, arguing that such a move is unconstitutional.
Hey everybody, Aaron Ford here, Nevada's Attorney General. I recently filed a lawsuit to stop President Trump from unlawfully dismantling the Department of Education. Because if that department falls, kids in Nevada will be the ones who pay the price. We'd lose billions for our public schools. Special education programs for 60,000 students would be in jeopardy. It put 41,000 Nevada college kids at risk of losing their Pell Grants. And it could wipe out our career and technical training programs that help students graduate into good jobs. None of this is about local control. It's really about abandoning our kids. And this hits home because I was one of those kids. I grew up in public schools. I was part of Upward Bound, a federal program that helped me on a path to college. And I became a public school math teacher, raised my kids in these schools. And I've seen what happens when we invest in students and when we don't. This lawsuit is about protecting Nevada's future. And as long as I'm in office, I'm not letting anyone, not the president, not the governor, rip resources away from Nevada's kids without a fight.
The potential elimination of the Department of Education has raised significant concerns over the impact of federal funding programs, particularly the Title I funding, which supports schools serving low-income students. Schools across the country, including in Nevada, rely on these funds to provide essential education services. Pahrump Valley High School, or PVHS, for instance, benefits from the Title I funding to enhance instruction and resources for at-risk students. In 2021, PVHS highlighted its reliance on Title I, stating on its website that the program provides financial assistance to states and school districts that meet needs for academically at-risk students, with the goal to help them achieve state performance standards in mathematics, reading, and writing. In addition to these concerns over the educational funding, officials are warning that the dismantling of the department could disrupt federally funding school meal programs. These programs, administered by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, provides breakfast and lunch to millions of students across the nation. Any disrupting of this funding could place a burden on schools and families that depend on these programs for daily nutrition.
And a thrilling event is soaring to Las Vegas this weekend. Our News 25 Las Vegas correspondent Maria Centers joins us now from the city with those details.
Las Vegas's biggest air show, Aviation Nation, takes place this weekend at Nellis Air Force Base and is set to host a blend of aerial, static, and ground events that highlight the capabilities of the U.S. Air Force. This year's public air show memorializes heroes in aviation, with gates opening at 10 a.m. Saturday morning before official opening ceremonies begin at 11. Here's a preview of Aviation Nation 2025. Aviation Nation marks the largest free show in southern Nevada. The Airborne event offers free parking, bus transports from Las Vegas Motor Speedway to the venue, and general admission. VIP, Flightline Club, and premium box seats are also available for the two-day experience. KPVM Television hopes to see you there. Reporting from Las Vegas and shooting it back over the hump to Pahrump, I'm Maria Centers for News 25.
And in national news, tech billionaire and advisor to President Trump, Elon Musk, accuses employees in the U.S. Institute of Peace of deleting a terabyte of financial data in an attempt to, quote, cover up financial crimes. In a post on X, Musk stated, quote, they deleted a terabyte of financial data to cover their crimes, but they don't understand technology, so we recovered it, end quote. News 25 will continue to monitor this developing story and provide updates as more details emerge. Stay tuned. News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Now here's Mikey Ruhan with all the information you need from the rink to the field to the court in today's sports report.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Vegas Golden Knights looking to extend their 6-game winning streak. They welcome the Edmonton Oilers this evening. Vegas Golden Knights general manager Kelly McCrimmon announced today, April 1st, that the team has signed forward Trevor Connolly to a 3-year entry-level contract. Las Vegas Aviators welcome the Sacramento River Cats this evening. The New York Yankees tied an MLB record as they hit 15 home runs in their opening 3-game series, including a franchise record 9 in their 20-9 rout over the Milwaukee Brewers on Saturday. Some say their bats are illegal, but they are approved by the MLB. The torpedo bat, so named due to its shape resembling a torpedo. It's a custom bat that tailors the barrel for each hitter. Check out these new gloves they're going to start using. And Pahrump Valley Trojans softball are at Canyon Springs High School tomorrow. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thanks so much, Mikey. Well, from our mountains to rangelands to our wilderness areas, the Bureau of Land Management Nevada team manages 48 million acres of public land for multiple uses.
Whether you earn your living ranching or mining, enjoy the iconic landscape of the West by horseback, off-road vehicle, hiking, hunting, or fishing, you share the American heritage of public lands. Access to wide-open spaces is ingrained in the very fiber of Nevada's history. Congress established the Bureau of Land Management to manage the use of public land while ensuring the long-term viability and health of the open range. Multiple uses for sustained yield sums up the mission of the Bureau of Land Management. The Bureau of Land Management ensures that many different uses on public lands are viable and compatible with other land uses. From the many energy facilities across Nevada to leading the nation in the largest mining program on public lands, a commitment to the needs of America are just part of our agency's mission. The Bureau of Land Management in Nevada issues grazing permits, responds to wildfires, leases mineral resources, protects special places, manages wild horses, awards contracts, approves rights-of-ways, and more. We also issue special recreation permits for public events that range from off-road races traversing the state to the largest permit in the agency, the Burning Man Festival. Nowhere does the passion to enjoy our public lands run as deeply as here in Nevada. Visitors and locals alike love the wide-open spaces, the dramatic landscapes, and the ability to find solitude within 100 miles of any community. BLM Nevada is focused on the people we serve and the nearly 1,000 individuals who make up our workforce. Our day-to-day efforts on the land, wildfire response, long-term planning, and focus on recreation sites and other public facilities support a safe and enjoyable experience. We look forward to strengthening our partnerships to meet the challenges of new land uses such as renewable energy development, conserving wildlife habitat for sensitive species, or planning sustainable recreation on public lands, all guaranteeing the future of public lands for generations to come, for the right use, at the right place, at the right time.
Well, it is April 1st, April Fool's Day, and some of us have been in the dumps due to winter and other reasons. But sometimes all it takes is a good joke to turn a day around. And so this April Fool's Day, Cleveland Clinic psychologists are explaining why laughter can truly be the best medicine.
Today's health report is brought to you by Desert View Hospital. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, Desert View Hospital is ready to help. We've been providing friendly and compassionate care to our neighbors since 2006, including emergency services available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit desertviewhospital.com to learn more. With limited exceptions, physicians are not employees or agents of this hospital.
A lot of people, they may hold tension in their bodies, and so by laughing, it also gives you a chance to actually exhale and release some of that tension that you may be holding.
Dr. Prewitt says turning to laughter can help us deal with some of the day-to-day stress we all face. That's because enjoying a joke can release feel-good chemicals in our brains, giving our mood an overall boost. She says embracing laughter and not taking everything so seriously can be freeing for our mental health. Humor may also help us get through tough times and find more positive outlook in difficult situations. It can be a means to connect with others as well.
It's really just a good way to enjoy company with other people when you find something mutual that you can laugh about. Now, of course, you don't want to laugh at anyone else's expense, but if there's a shared joke or something that most people would find funny, and you've got someone that you can share that with, it really can be a good way to connect with someone.
Well, will April showers bring May flowers? We're taking a closer look at that and more local news with weather and more when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, Valley Electric Association is sharing a recap of this year's district meetings, elections, and open houses so far.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Valley Electric Association recently concluded district meetings, open houses, and elections across its 7 districts. These gatherings featured presentations covering various topics, including financial updates, the Valley Communications Fiber to the Home project, member services, budget billing, Smart Hub, the Valley Electric Association Charitable Foundation, Operation Roundup, and more. CEO Robbie Hamlin addressed the increasing operational cost and the potential for a service charge increase. The VEA board is considering a $5 monthly increase for residential electric members to help offset these rising expenses. Board of Directors elections took place in District 1, 2, and 4. In District 1, candidates Michael Fott and incumbent Board Director Bruce Holden received the most votes, necessitating a runoff election. Incumbent Board Directors Mike Cottingham, District 2, and Kathy Keys, District 4, ran unopposed and will retain their seats. Amy Carlson, Director of Corporate Affairs and Community Relations, detailed the runoff election process for District 1.
So in the instance that there was a potential likelihood of a runoff with 5 candidates, the runoff election was already scheduled in preparation. And so the runoff election will open on April 16th. It will follow the same process minus in-person voting, so it'll have the same process as you could vote for this election. Online, by mail, or drop it off at the office and we will overnight it. So we will not have a meeting, so you won't be able to do that portion of it. So it'll open on April 16th through the same process as if you have a valid email, you'll get a web ballot, and everybody will also get a paper ballot. The election will close on May 16th at 5 p.m. So anybody who wants to vote online has to do that before that time period. And the results will be delivered. They will be announced. The results will be sent to legal counsel. They will record the results and we will post that on May 21st.
The 60th Annual VEA Annual Full Membership Meeting is scheduled for Friday, June 13th at the Valley Conference Center located at 800 East Highway 372. Doors will open at 5 p.m. and the meeting will start at 6:30. For more information, go to vea.coop.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Time to take a look outside through our very first Lerner and Rowe weather cam of April. And look at that beautiful scene with the horses at the Calvada Eye here in Pahrump. It's a beautiful April day. A closer look at the forecast after the break.
Good evening, Nevada. My name is Rory Rossell, coming to you from the Channel 25 Weather Studios and taking a look at Nevada right now. In northern Nevada, Fernley is seeing 47 degrees. Fallon is seeing 49. Carson City at 42. Tonopah 46. Goldfield sitting at 48 degrees. Beatty at 61. Amargosa at 66. Las Vegas at 64. And Death Valley seeing 76 degrees. But here in the beautiful Paradise of Pahrump, it is currently 62 degrees. The high was 1 degree higher at 63 degrees. It was partly cloudy today. Wind blowing south-southwest at 10 miles per hour. Humidity 17%, and the sun rose this morning at 6:29 and is setting tonight at 7:06 p.m. The humidity raises up to 36%, and the wind continues to blow south-southeast at 11 miles per hour. The low tonight is going to be 43 degrees. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. We're seeing some wind tomorrow at 59 degrees, and it looks like, it's going to be snowing in the next 7 days. Actually, April Fools. It's just going to be all sun for the next 7 days. We see wind tomorrow, like I said before, and on Thursday is 61 degrees. Friday, 67. Saturday is going to be really nice, and so is Sunday at 71 and 76 degrees. On Monday, it'll be 79 and back up into the 80s once again on Tuesday at 83 degrees. So we're going up and up and up, just like we always want to, in our temperatures. Back to the desk, here's Unette.
Thanks so much, Rory. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the air the rest of this beautiful month of April.